area of 500,000 square miles. Twice the size of Texas. Well done! Search area.
Hi, this is Mike Adamo from Med Device Talent, coming to you today from my office. This is the third part in my series about your career. The first part was how to ask for a raise. The second part was how to get promoted. And the third part is how to get into management. And those are three of the most common questions I hear. So if you haven't checked out those videos, you should go back and look at them. They are also available in a podcast or an article on LinkedIn. And since I haven't mentioned it, I want you to check out my books. This is my candidate-focused book. This book will get you hired. And this is my Radical Hiring Success. This is to help people who have open positions fill them quickly with the best talent. So how to get into management. So this oftentimes people ask me as a headhunter, hey Mike, can you tell me about jobs that allow me to get into management? And this is simply not the appropriate approach. Unfortunately, companies are filled with people who want to get into management. So they're not going to hire you off the street to do that. They're likely going to take an opportunity to promote or give a chance for someone within their own organization to take on more responsibility. They're not just going to hire someone external from the company that they don't know and say, this person seems like they have a lot of potential. You know what? Let's pass up our own internal people and promote them. So the acronym that will help you to remember the steps that you need to take to get into management is BELT. Build a plan, enlist mentors, lead, and train. Let's talk about what each one of these components is. So build a plan. If you haven't realized this, planning is critical. So you need to build a plan on what it's going to take to get into management. Here's a couple of thoughts. One, you need to establish yourself as a high-performing individual contributor first. So that takes at least 5 to 7 years of really strong performance. You don't have to do that all at the same company. You can do 3 or 4 years at one company and then a couple years at another to establish yourself. But you're not going to walk in the door and within 6 months, if you're not a manager, become a manager. You need to establish yourself. So build a plan that's realistic. If you need time to establish yourself as a contributor first, and then what are the steps you need to take to get into management? Enlisting mentors. So one of the tough things about getting into leadership is that you need to build a stable of folks that can advocate for you and give you advice. Think of this as the board of directors for your career. The bad news is it's really hard to get into management and many people aren't successful. The good news is that all leaders or most leaders in your company and others have gone through this transition. So enlist or identify individuals who can help guide you down that pathway and ultimately can potentially become advocates for you or help to represent you in the right meetings to give you the chance, because that's really what it takes to get into management. Is you need to convince folks through your actions, attitude, and behaviors that you're someone that they should take a risk on and give the opportunity to get into leadership. Lead. The next step in becoming a leader is to actually lead. You don't have to have a manager title or be in leadership to do this. There are opportunities every day to demonstrate leadership. And if you take those opportunities, then people start to see you as a leader. The best analogy I see for this is the story about the folks that are lost in the woods. And they have a leader, the pack leader, but the pack leader gets freaked out, doesn't know which way to go, and then goes right, and then goes left, and then turns around and says, we need to go east, no, we need to go west. And there's a member of the group that says, no, we need to go north. You guess who the leader is. The person who takes charge and drives a direction that leads to success ends up being seen as a leader. So identify those opportunities in your team, in the organization, whether it's giving a presentation, whether it's rallying when something difficult happens, but find those opportunities to be seen as a leader. But don't wrestle for leadership. Be seen as a leader. The final thing that you can do to be seen as a leader is to train. What I mean by this is become a student of leadership. Read as many leadership books as you can find. Watch as many videos as you can find. And beg, plead, volunteer to be included in any training about leadership and management so that you can build your skills. Because if you create a reputation as somebody who's a solid performer, who demonstrates in regular activities leadership capabilities and is seen within the organization as a leader, and then you participated in leadership training and you have a stable of mentors, it's really hard for you not to become a great leader. So those are the things that you can do to become a great leader. Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I hope that you'll take a minute to hit that subscribe button and be part of the Med Device Talent Network. You can also check us out on our podcast, on our LinkedIn, and through other social media that you can find out there in the links below.
Well done!